if you're Bataan.
Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Celis peeks at the clock. 10 seconds left against Chris Javier. Trying to beat him off the dribble. Pass to Art de la Cruz. A second remaining. Will not get it off in time. Yeah, clearly, it was still in his hands. Very important for Bataan to score here. Behind by 5 points. Galliano papasok. Papalitan na si Carl Bringas.
What a spark by Carl Bringas. Did not see action in the first half and was able to score even in double figures all in the second half. He came in along with Gary David. Their team was down double digits. Now he goes out single digits ang kalamangan at ng Ilagan at 140.
Something happened even before the ball got inbounded. We heard a whistle. They're reviewing it. 1 minute and 40 left in regulation. Yan, Ilagan was up by 20 earlier. Dito yung pito, foul.
Mosqueda.
Okay.
I don't know what should be called here after seeing the replay.
I'm confused.
If you're going to play it safe, double foul.
Yeah, just a foul on Mosqueda.
So it's one free throw and then another possession, tama ba?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kasi hindi
that's
pa
the rule.
na-inbound yung
Correct.
basketball eh.
So that is costly on the part of Ilagan and not smart, obviously, on the part of Chino Mosqueda.
Flores, fourth guy in double figures for Bataan with 10. 4-point lead. Darang, 23-8 in favor of Bataan in the fourth. Darang trying to shake off MJ Ayaay. 10 seconds left on their shot clock. Darang decides to pull up from 3 and he hits it. Lead is down to 1.
He got the switch off the ball screen, which had a lengthier challenger right in front of him, yung pinakamahaba na si Solis.
Solis, laban kay Galliano. Dating magkaampi sa Olivares. 6 on the shot clock. Offensive foul on J-Boy Solis.
J-Boy Solis expressing how he was held before the moving screen called against him. This was the ball screen action, the switch. Hand down, man down. That was the situation. At ito, yung sinasabing moving screen called by the official. Right here.
Important to note for Ilagan, no Art de la Cruz on the floor. Flores drives to take the lead, too strong. Last touch. Ilagan basketball, they could review it under the last 2 minutes.
That was not an obvious tap by whether a white shirt or a dark shirt. So definitely deserves a review. Here's the replay.
Big call coming up.
On this angle, look to be last touch by Galliano.
At yun na nga,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
babalik ang bola sa Ilagan. Still clinging on to this 1-point lead. So the Cowboys have Gino Mosqueda, Alex Cabagnot, Robbie Celis, MJ Ayaay, and J-Boy Solis.
If you're Bataan, anything but a 3, because it would make this game 2 possessions. That's how costly the free throw was, the foul by Chino Mosqueda.
MJ Ayaay forcing it up. Hatalbog palabas. Last touch si J-Boy Solis. Oh wait! I thought it was clear, but the referee had a better angle.
Clear to you, but not clear to me. I'm scheduled for a checkup next week with my eyes, so I'm not going to say anything that far.
Ilagan only 8 points here in the fourth quarter. Bataan similarly had 8 points in the third period. It has been a game of runs. First half was pretty close. Ilagan ended up with a 3-point lead at halftime, and they overturned their initial call. Bataan with a basketball. They have a timeout. 27 seconds left. Will stay on the air. This was the last out-of-bounds play off the miss by MJ Ayaay. Yeah, it was clearly off the fingertips of J-Boy Solis.
That's why he had to chase it down.
So let's listen in to see what Coach Mike has drawn up.
Best labas muna, best. Labas muna, best. Listen in, Powder. Hubert. Chris, dito ka sa kabila, Chris. Joshua to, Joshua. Hubert. Sino isang
Ako, Chokon.
Fred. Hubert, tinamabert na yung Hubert. Okay. Downscreen. Lalabas si Hubert dito. Tapos timing din lang. Labas. Sino to? Robbie. Timing ka gamitin mo kaya. Lalabas. Baka may motion eh. Pag wala nakuha ni Hubert dito, ball screen na tayo rito. Start na tayo. Claire, kay Chris ha.
Huwag niyo madali na.
Chris ha. Pagkatake, pag nag-switch, i-roll mo. Labas tayo makita. Tapos 55 tayo.
Alright, 27 seconds remaining. Bataan down by 1. Each team has a timeout left. Bataan has had their share of troubles in close games. Had that overtime loss against Pasig. Had that big lead against Mindoro, then lost it in the end game. Lost by 2. Let's see if they could redeem themselves against Ilagan. Javier catches, Flores drives, pass deflected, Mosqueda gets it, and a foul on Flores.
A costly turnover by Alfred Flores, obviously, who seemed to me was undecisive of what he wanted to do after the drive. Almost like he had predetermined he was going to drive and kick. And because that was the case, at 2 feet up in the air, Robbie Celis read that perfectly.
And he was lucky to escape with just a regular foul on that push. Now if you're Bataan, 19 seconds left. Ilagan inbounding in the backcourt.
Here's the thing. To me, their best free throw shooter in the clutch is pretty much 80 feet away from the basketball right now in Robbie Celis. Now Paranada checks in for free throw purposes.
Paranada trapped in the corner. A steal! But Javier was caught stepping on the baseline.
Well, the problem with that inbound of Ilagan was the receiver was too close to the baseline. Kalaban mo ang baseline dyan. Right here, the quick double of the inbound. Chris Javier with the anticipation. And I believe that the left leg, the left foot of Chris Javier was on the line.
Yeah.
Which prompted our officials to make the call. Hard to tell. That's a replay na yun. They're gonna review it.
Kumbaga sa larong kalye, galing sa labas.
Right.
Because his feet were, like you said, were out of bounds.
Yeah, was not established.
Oo.
Yun yung tawag dun, no?
So tense moments.
But we had an official there, though. I understand the last two reviews, especially the out of bounds here by Solis, the out of bounds here by Galliano, that the first review. But that to me does not deserve a review anymore because official number 42
Maynard Centeno.
was right in front of the play.
Yeah. Baseline inbound pa rin for Ilagan.
So a different formation this time with Robbie Celis. He looks to be the receiver.
He's parked at the corner. And a quick foul. Celis though, tonight has been spectacular in terms of production.
Not a good job, I thought, was Galliano. I know they're forced to foul, clock not on their side, but if you do the math, one of the best scenarios there was forcing an 8-second violation. If Galliano was able to cut off that sideline, a double was coming, maybe force another steal and turnover, which will happen in your court. But instead, he doesn't do that and fouls Robbie Celis. Now, the good news is, even though Robbie completes the second free throw, it's only a one-possession ball game. Bataan still with one more timeout. The same thing with the Cowboys.
Celis 15 points, 3 of 3 from the line. 13.5 seconds remaining. Gets the friendly bounce on the second. Bataan using their last timeout. And Coach Mike Sagigit, very interesting what he wants to do here on this possession.
Best stop tayo. Chris, Silvis, si Alfred, Robbie! Hindi! Wala si Joshua. Okay. Robbie, ikaw na ba? Alfred at saka si... Iba si Koto. Okay. Sino yung 4 natin? Hubert. Tingnan mo Hubert, Hubert. Pag screen kay Alfred, labas, corner. Pag meron, puga. Pag wala, balikan mo uli. Labas dyan. Tapos, ito. Sa'yo. Tama? Tama?
Ako kasi ako. Akti ka kayo.
Hindi tayo. Pag wala nangyari dyan, kunin mo. Atake. Hanap tayo. Triple set. Triple set. Ito.
Yeah, 13.5 seconds left. You heard the voice of Coach Mike Sagigit.
Well, whatever was drawn up, to me, this has to be a catch and shoot situation on the first catch. Because even if it results as a miss, two things can happen. You give yourselves a chance for an offensive rebound. Second, even if Ilagan gets a defensive rebound, you still have a chance to foul, hope for 2 misses. This is taking too much time right here.
Javier, pasa kay Hubert Cani.
And
5
now,
seconds left.
Now, they're forced, he has to make this shot.
Air ball. And that's the ball game.
It took too long. But not to take away anything from Ilagan, that was well defended, especially the handling of the ball screen. MJ Ayaay, one of their better defenders, disciplined enough not to bail out Hubert Canny with a foul, contested that enough to force an obvious miss.
Ilagan will call for time. We'll be right back. Facing his old team.
A former champion as well. Was he part of that season 3? Yeah, he was.
Ilagan, all they have to do is inbound the basketball. They put some time on the clock, adding a second, so 1.9 seconds remaining. What you don't want to do if you're Ilagan is commit an inbound violation or a 5-second inbound violation. Habagnot lobs it up, the clean catch. Celis fouled
By his former teammate, Caloocan. Si Barcuma.
Both of them played in the preseason with Caloocan. Robbie Celis. How about this performance from him?
It was big time in the second half. Almost non-existent scoring-wise. He was non-existent scoring-wise in the first half. A different story in the second half, especially in the absence of Arth de la Cruz for whatever reason here in the fourth quarter. Now he checked out at the 6-minute mark for a short breather, came back in 3:30 mark, right about that time, but for whatever reason, I saw him holding to his, I believe his left leg, somewhere near his groin, which is his former injury. He missed about 4 games, I believe, because of that injury. And Robbie Celis stepping up.
Mintis, and that's gonna do it. Ilagan Isabela survives and getting a firm hold of that number 4 spot in the North Division and beating the One Bataan Risers. And Bataan battling back from 20 points down but fell short. The Cowboys earning their 11th victory of the season.
Attacking mismatches on the post.